you, Mr Weston. It's an honour to serve under your chairship for this first time. And thank you also to my honourable friend, the member for St Ives, for bringing forward this debate, which is so important to his constituents and so many of ours. Lloyds Banking Group recently informed me, with only 4 months' notice, that they are set to close their Tewkesbury branch, alongside 94 others across the UK. Members of this House from rural constituencies similar to mine will understand just how hard this will be for our residents, not only in Tewkesbury, but from smaller settlements for whom the Tewkesbury branch is their closest. Lloyds is only the latest closure in a sorry pattern that we've faced in recent years. In Tewkesbury town alone, the Barclays branch was shuttered in 2025, following the closure of Halifax only a few years previously. In Bishop's Cleeve, NatWest and TSB have perished, as has even their Lloyds mobile banking service. Winchcombe has not had a bank branch since 2018 and had lost face-to-face banking altogether for a brief but painful period until the post office was reopened in 2025. I'll take this opportunity to thank Councillor Gemma Madel for her excellent work in securing the reopening of that branch, and indeed for the post office themselves for providing this lifeline. I said already that bank closures such as these are prohibitive for residents in rural communities, particularly the elderly, the digitally excluded, and those who fear the transition to digital banking for the threat of criminal exploitation. It's damaging in other ways too. For our high street businesses, it means the added administrative burden of closing an account or moving it to a bank with a continuing presence, if one remains. It means that the footfall, which would otherwise occur on Tewkesbury High Street from outlying villages who bank with Lloyds, might now benefit high streets in Cheltenham or Evesham. It means another empty front on a historic high street, and for the bank itself, another signal that they will no longer justify serving their customers face-to-face. I cannot make this case without also stating that these closures are occurring whilst Tewkesbury Borough continues to develop as the fastest growing borough outside London. How can it be sustainable that as the local population grows so quickly, the services on our high streets continue to diminish? I wrote to Lloyds Banking Group with my concerns on the 13th of February and have yet to receive a response. Now, I'll cite my honourable friend in his criticism of the communication from Lloyds Banking Group. Like his constituents, mine were not consulted either. Neither were my local businesses, and I certainly wasn't. It's a continuing pattern that I experienced as a Lloyds customer until I ended my association with Lloyds several years ago. The government has pledged to open 350 new banking hubs across the country by the end of this Parliament, and I'm glad for those communities which now feature one. Sadly, there's not a single banking hub present within the Gloucestershire local authority, and my understanding is that Tewkesbury will not qualify for one until the final bank branch closes. Can the government please tell me, with only TSB remaining on Tewkesbury High Street, will it support my residents with a banking hub now, or must my residents wait until they first have no access at all? It paints a picture for me that we need more than the 350 pledged. Finally,
would the honourable member give way?
Of course I will.
I thank the honourable member for giving way, who's making an excellent speech. And after a long campaign in my own constituency, we've been lucky enough to secure a banking hub in Ilkley, which is opening in a couple of weeks. And in Keighley, I fear that more bank branches will close and we will be needing to secure that banking hub. But one of the challenges I've had is when Cash Access UK and Link do the assessment on when a banking hub should be opened, they are looking at when the last bank closes, but also they are doing an assessment of what the access to cash is through having a cash machine. And what I would advocate him to do when he is looking at trying to secure banking hubs in his constituency is also to make sure he's putting attention on making sure a cash machine is on the outside of the banking hub, because I've had that challenge in my own constituency.
Thank you for his intervention and thank him for the advice. I'll certainly take it forward. I'm glad to hear that his constituents are served by a banking hub. And I was about to close, Mr Weston, and I was going to do so whilst welcoming the formal review being undertaken by the Financial Conduct Authority into access to cash. It doesn't, however, incorporate access to other banking services, as again pointed out by my honourable friend. I worry about communities such as mine, which will suffer in the interim. Thank you.
Okay.